Hey everybody, this is the best Jack99. Welcome back to another video. I'll be playing Friend Shapes today. Now, it's I'm looking forward to showing you this game because I've been enjoying myself playing it and thought it'd be cool to show this to more people. Plus, I know the dev too, and they're pretty cool. So, figured that it'd be nice to just get some gameplay out of this game and just show people what Friend Shapes is, because I think it's a fun game. So let's just begin. We will not skip intro. Hopefully this looks good because it took me a bit to set up. Oh, the mouse is in the way. Probably should move that. But yeah, I'm excited to share this game, and I know, like I said before, it's been forever since I've made a video. I've been preoccupied with a million other things. So I'm hoping everything sounds good, everything looks good. That's what I'm really hoping for. So here we are. Yeah. This is I like the... Well, I guess you'll see about how the gameplay is going to be. I think it's pretty interesting. Yes, encounter sign. Yeah, I'm hoping the volume's not too loud either. It shouldn't be. So yes, you approach the shape. It's a sign. You can do a bunch of cool things to the sign. We can look at the sign. It's the first sign of what you can't imagine. I'm probably not going to read every single bit of flavor text, just because that's... I'm not... I am not that much of a reader. I'm just reading things really. But I will read some stuff. So yeah. Shall speak to the sign. But hey in there, you okay? But the flavor text sometimes is pretty important to know what to do. Obviously, it doesn't really matter for a sign, but just something to know. You can touch a sign. Can you hear me? You just sort of showed up, appeared. You can withdraw. When I first played this, I assumed withdraw was just like your flee from battle, but it's not. It is, but like it's not like an instant flee. It's I'm so used to all the RPGs just having the flee. Yeah, look more at the sign. Doesn't say anything cool on it. Is my suit broadcasting? Touch. Hey, yo, I say, you there? We're just so engrossed in this sign. It's a cool sign, but I'm right here. You really need to get a grip. Look, I'm just here. At least I'm pretty sure. Right here. Oh, hey, now you're with us. Who's this? Yikes, those eyes of yours are kinda... You alright? Let's just observe him. It's Ed Monton. I'm okay. I'm just gonna say I'm really bad with saying names, so I'm more than likely gonna butcher like a lot of names. I'm just really bad when it comes to this type of stuff. Hopefully, though, I got it right. You know, thumbs up of your own, they nod. I'm glad you're alright. Oh, you're glad? That's not confusing at all. You sure you're okay? Speak. They act. Oh, wow. Well, anyway, what are you doing here? You kind of drawn here like I did? Not sure exactly why, but I thought I might as well. Nothing much else to do these days, right? Touch. Quentin leads away, obviously uncomfortable. You've been here before, I think I was once. Guess that's why I'm here again. Can't really tell if you have or not. Not. Welcome to, Lev Alley, I suppose. What's left of it anyways. God, I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry. Stuff I'm not familiar with for pronouncing, I'm just known to be bad. Maybe you're not speaking. You don't say much, huh? It's fine, I get that a lot. Well, like, I had some kind of dream, right? Can't really describe it aside from... It was about the shape of a house. Did you get that too? No? Yes? Also, here's something to keep you going around here. 2 Sola sodas, a box of Buddy, and a Mace Attorney comic. Yeah, my controller's gonna be disconnecting a lot because classic cord sucks. That's everything that I have left, so use them wisely, or use them wise. Well, okay, buddy, it's been real, but I should start heading on. Feel free to not talk to me if you run into me. Laters. Got a music sticker. But yeah, this is pretty much just a tutorial. Gives you a good idea of at least what the combat, or at least what the system... Encounter system? Yeah, encounter system will be like. But now that we're past the tutorial, it's time for the real meat and potatoes of the game. I played this game last year too, and there was another demo out, but obviously it only had one area. Well, this new demo has more areas to check out, but it's crazy. Never really had anything like seeing like just a game like grow in the process. It's cool to see. But yeah, like back at the old demo, like this area was inaccessible, and now it's a place. Well, let's talk to those peeps. And controller disconnected again. This is going to be a common occurrence, but fortunately, it's not the biggest deal if your controller disconnects in this game because it's not there's no platforming. Let's talk to this. You approach the nightscape. A little cool thing too if you're playing this game. Pay attention to your scapes. That's all I'm gonna say. This peep, the shape. But yeah, this is your... See the credits too. We might see those later. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty much how you save. It's a cool way of doing it. Save. Oh, I always do that. Then you can just save with them again if you want. You don't have to do the encounter. What's up with this guy? Oh, hi, Mark. It's nice to see another face around these parts. Mark? I'm not sure the last one had a face, but I did compliment him on his oven gloves, Mark. You need anything for your journey around... God, I'm probably not gonna do voices. I'm just kind of reading, I'm just reading. Oh, no, money's no good anymore, no good, Mark. I only trade, Mark. You see, Mark, you can trade things to me, Mark. And that will give you what I would call trade credit, or credit for short, Mark. And you can exchange this trade credit for items I have, Mark. An entirely new system that does not require any sort of currency or exchange of metaphorical wealth whatsoever. It's revolutionary, if I do say so myself, Mark. Have some complimentary items I've found on my travels through all manners of places in time and space, Mark. Yes. It is very helpful to talk to NPCs, obviously. You just get good stuff, and that's always good. Expect you'll be given credit which you can trade with me for more cool stuff. Mark. So if we talk to him again, we can have the option to trade, but we're poor. We don't even have credit. We have no credit. But yeah, we got some good items though, so just do some more looking around. Let's look this way. One thing I really like about when I've been playing it is like the visuals. Like this place right here is definitely a. I just, I'm a, you know me. I'm a big fan of just sunsets and these colors. Like the dark blue, and the purple, and the slight pink you see. It's really nice. I've always liked those colors. Like I guess this would be more like of a really late sunset, but sunsets are great. Controller disconnected, but they're great. Oh, I've seen some good sunrises too. When I've been on the East Coast, on a beach, I've seen some sunrises, and they are pretty good too. But they just suck because you know you have to wake up early and see them. Who's this? Not seen you around here before. New to the joint, huh? So what's your deal here? No one just shows up anymore now without reason. Like to hold on to or to plant your legs on. Normally, I'm against sending people to the last place they'll be seen going into. But I can tell you're not going to turn around and go back to where you came. Whatever, wherever that is. Not too surprising anyway. What you're after is twisted up in digressions now. I see no light of recognition at that phrase. Surely you've encountered those before. Well, memory's a funny old thing these days. Folks around here try to hold on to the last scrape of memory left in them. End up losing who they truly were as a result. Seen it happen more than once, assuming my memory isn't playing tricks. You want to run down on digressions? You look like you're someone that doesn't know what they are. It'll be a snap. Maybe your face is just always that way, huh? Sure, we will. They're like twist in space. Sometimes time as well, yeah. A sort of phenomenon? Oh god, I hope I said that right. Right? You think you're walking down a dead end, finger of a place, and just don't stop. In cursive, you know? Focus is what you gotta have if you hope to get to the centre of one of those places. Otherwise, well, you'll show up to the outside again, actually. Some of you don't go card it or go mad as only way is to try, right? Sometimes you just have to put your seventh best foot forward. Face work. God, I'm just so. Yeah. I've never been a person to really. Never really been a person to read the dialogue too much. Like, I read it obviously, not like say it out loud when I'm recording. I'll do that. I don't know if I should do that all the time or just occasionally. Maybe I'll do that for like new characters for a bit. I think that's fair. Yeah, just hang out. It's a look at it. It's a guy with a hand for a head. It's pretty neat. Oh yeah, music's pretty nice too for a lot of the encounters. It's good musics. I like it. They're very yeah. Pretty much with this, you can just more practice with encounters. But you always gotta hang out with High Five when you do Friend Shapes playthrough. At least I do. Yeah. All right. Uh, why don't we check out these digressions we've been hearing so much about now? It's kind of been forever since I've keep it real, buddy. At least as real as you can be these days. You know how it be. I like that. I always like that. It's been like forever since I recorded something by myself. It's like I said before, I'm not much. I've just been doing other things. I actually had made an update video like 2 years ago about why I haven't been making much videos anymore, but I just never got around to posting it. It's just I think it's just still privately on my channel, but I just see no point in posting it anyways. But I've been doing other things. I can get more to that later. But we're gonna have to get to a cool place. So there's many different places that I wanted to come up here. You can also cool signs to check out too. Skim milk, green up. Be sure to eat. Be sure to eat your 45%. Some. Also, a cool thing too is each item has its own flavor text, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously, I won't go through all of it because I've seen it before, but it's definitely something to look into if you're curious. I like that a lot. Now, so the cool thing about with this, I'll try to explain my best about the type of game this is gonna be, but the best ways I can describe it, obviously. Oh wait, the uneven pattern tiles comes in the middle distance with no sign of ending. This is the start of a digression. Do you wish to enter? Yes. Controller, can you stop disconnecting? Jeez. Traversing the annex. So how the best way to describe these places is more just it's kind of have like roguelike elements. So your goal is to get to the end of these, but there's a mixture of pretty much every playthrough you do is randomized. Like nothing, you're not gonna get the same exact layout, which is pretty cool. Only to see that there is a corner directly behind you. Any which way you go will only draw you deeper into the digression. Nothing for it but to move ever forward. I just realized it's gonna be awkward for me to check OBS and see how long I've been recording. I think we can still go. It's worth to check every nook and cranny, but yeah, each run you do of a place is completely different. I think that's pretty cool. You never know what you're gonna see. And here's like the random text events, which is I think that's pretty cool. You spy something that looks like a changing room stall further down. I don't think I'm gonna read too much of these, but I'll give you guys a chance to read if you want. I'll just read this in my head. Looking person. Time for a change. Oh, well, I'll be right back. And unfortunately, I do not come back because this is post commentary now. I had a call to answer and I muted my mic, and while playing this, I didn't realize my mic was still muted. So the rest of this would have had no commentary, and I don't know if that's something of interest, but I figured for the first video of the series that there should be commentary to at least, just give my thoughts and just say things as stuff is happening. But yeah, this is the second time ever I've done post commentary, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And also a thing I should note, since this video, I was playing this on an older version, and I believe like a week later, a newer version came out to where you cannot go to the Annex first. Your first stop will always be the backwoods, so while this might make this video a little outdated, it's still, I think, traveling to the backwoods your first temp as well is just as fine. It'll be a little bit trickier, but this place can be trickier too, depending how unlucky you are. But they're still both doable for first attempts. But yeah. So it's just me talking to. Just, I was just on the phone the whole time, but I come back, everything's muted. So let's just post commentary up here. But yeah. This is a. I forget exactly what how I'll be like commentating for this video exactly. Like, there's dialogue, but I probably won't really read much of it just because I don't control when I'm stopping this. But I can just talk about the game really, and if you're interested in the dialogue as well, I'll can just read it if you want. There's always, but in friendships there's always gonna be some creepy stuff happening, and that's always cool. Like that, look at that, creepy figures. But I had something I was gonna say, but then I just forgot. But this is a, I think this area is definitely like pretty good, like creepiness factor wise, just because it's like you're going through like an abandoned, empty building, but there's like these peeps just hanging about. Okay, this part right here is pretty tough. Like this one isn't too tough. It's made harder just because of the angle. Well, that startled me. I can't believe I failed that. But it's a part where you just really have to focus. Well, not for this one. But the next one coming up is like I literally thought this was impossible at first, but it's doable. You just gotta concentrate. But hey, since I'm not playing right now, I'm just watching myself play. I can still focus on commentary while imagining how tough this was. It looks easy, but you just gotta be in the zone. Was there anything else? But yeah, so this is an older version. Unfortunately, I made this before the newer version came out, but there wasn't too many changes made before. Made in the newest update, there's some, but like nothing like game changing besides like you can't go to the X-Nix first, but it isn't the biggest of deals. Extreme darkness blocking the view. Huh. Appreciate things for what they are, not represent them for what they're not. I always like the little flavor text. It gets updated and it's easier to see in the newer version as well. I personally never had a problem seeing it, but it's just to be not everyone. I think it's a good change. Yeah, this is a game I've had a good time playing. I really I really enjoy all like the. Do I notice the item down there? There's a blue sparkle at the bottom left corner. I don't think I do. Oh yeah, sponge did spoon sponge sponge. The people in here have a strange dialect, as you can see. I was probably just trying to figure out how to pronounce it. I, li- I like this. I like the fellow's like text voice sound. I like that. He has a good sound. Bada bada. Oh maybe. Oh I don't. Do I? Oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, and my disconnect controller. That's that's no longer an issue because I got a new cord. Also, this room is This I always found this room freaky because I don't know why it's there sometimes, but if you go back, you don't go through that room. It's just I don't know. It's one of the many mysteries of friendships. This is a game I'm excited to show and share with you because I like it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I think it's a unique type of game, and I think I'll like it's an encounter based game. We haven't ran into any encounters yet, but I think the encounters can be pretty good. I appreciate I appreciate what can happen in them, the music too, because each encounter has its own unique theme, and I think that's pretty cool. Now he's operating on a sponge. Sponge did sponge. I don't know. It's the most dramatic door opening. Figure sidesteps down a hallway. What is this hallway about? Let's see. Glimmer of reflective glass between their large, all-encompassing trench coat. I figured too, since it's gonna be like the first video uploaded in such a long time, if anyone's still watching this, the reason I haven't been making like any of it, you know me at this point. If you've known the channel, it's just I have like bouts of like where I upload a lot and then just stop for like long periods of time. I've uh I've been getting into some other I've been getting into a bunch of other things that's just been like I've been finding more enjoyable. I still like recording videos and playing games. It's just that I've been getting really into drawing digital art, and it's been really fun. I didn't know much going in, but it's it's been a journey, and I can say like I've definitely gotten better at it, which is surprising for me. And I've met some really cool people doing it too, so it's really nice. I know I've had like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot videos, but yeah, that's a game I want to finish at some point. But I mean, I've done it. I've got a lot farther than the videos out of my channel would lead you to believe. But it's just, eh. I've said it before, but I feel like 90% of the games I play blind are games I don't actually want to record. It's cool at first, but then just like restricting yourself to only playing while recording just sucks. I don't know how people do it. I guess since they're YouTubers, it's their full-time job, so like they're always playing it. But it's a hobby for me, so I can't do it. Oh, infinite hallways. Oh, that's where I've been. If I do make content, it's mostly streaming. I'm making a video series for this game because I want to introduce more people to it, and I think it's a I think it's a cool little game to like. It's a cool little game to play. It's a demo too, so this is not even the like fully released version. There's still for a demo though. There's a good amount of content in here, but it's still a demo, so there's even more content to be had. Forever in a corridor. I've never seen this. Workers train aforementioned benches. I feel like aforementioned. I don't see that word a lot. Like besides like writing, does anyone ever say aforementioned in a sentence? I feel like if you have a good vocabulary, I bet I'm sure there's people that do, but it's just not a word I think of much. It's a fancy word. Maybe it's not even that fancy, but to me it is. Wait, Maze of Mediocre Madness? That, that's a that's a phrase. Mediocre Madness. Man, I had a pizza for dinner, and after a while, my mouth always just gets dry because I'm just thirsty, and it escalates when I'm talking. Oh, it's the gross old man. It's just like if you're just like reading this and just visualizing what's being described here and the sound effects too. It's just ugh. It's gross. I've never been the biggest fan of like gore stuff, like like people like blood everywhere and stuff like that. I can handle it a little bit. Even if it's like a lot, I don't like freak out. I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to like like just want to avert your eyes away from it because it's just gross. I've just never been the biggest fan of just stuff like that because for me, I'm just imagining like God, I'm always just imagining, man, imagine what that feels like, and it's just ugh, no, 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 no. I'll never forget the one movie I saw where the literally like first 5 minutes of it is a person putting like a what's the word, a picket. It's like, oh yeah, as I'm describing this, a terrible scene of glad of looking at a person dissolving and gross things happens. It's a it's definitely a it's definitely a creepy random text event, but it's a good one though. It shows you just how creepy this area is. But it's like it's the things where like you can like plant into the ground and you can hit it with a hammer to like put it in there to like deepen it in there so it stays. I know there's a word. I think it starts with a P, but I just can't remember. Why am I standing here for? Well, I would cut this out, but I'm talking, so. But it just starts with that. Like just have it on the. They have it on the person's teeth, and then they use a hammer, and you can imagine how that goes. But well, you shouldn't. But I, I'm not a fan of teeth stuff. Like people, like the one broken tooth from a punch, that's fine. But like excessive teeth stuff, it's just no, no, no. I've had enough teeth stuff happen to me with braces and everything. In the creepy, creepy room. But enough about that stuff. And what am I? I'm just like thinking like, oh, where do I go? Or maybe I was like talking. I wonder what I was talking about here. I have the CLI mouse in the corner. We get a keyed. And we open another door. Yeah. Sometimes you might get the same, kind of like this, a very similar room to the room you've been to with like the same task. It's a bit, it can happen sometimes, but it's not like you're just gonna be like going into a digression and run into the same room like every single time. Sometimes it just happens. But I think all the times I've played it, I've only ran into the same room like twice. Like a room similar to one I've been to, like so that when we gave the sponge to the person again, like I would never see another one of that again. So like if anything, if you run into it again, it's just like you'll run into it like one more time, if any, really. What is this? They were wearing the body armor upside. Oh, it's this. It's a security guard. Security. Yeah, the peeps here have a strange dialect. I forget what they were called to. They have a name. It starts with a D, but I I need to see it. Oh yeah, it's that Dru Dru Drudger. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but it's the that one. Childish drawing on it before they hide it about their person. Yes, need a passport to get through here. So we might have to give them something. Pass the med passport. So I don't know what possesses Glad to think a tree limb of all things is a good thing to give them, but then they just hold it for a minute before chasing you away, trying to hit you. I just found that really silly. Oh, thank you, and I'm gonna hit you with it. Oh, and as you can see, I wonder what that is. That fluid. Oh no, infinite hole. Infinite holes. The desk. I don't know, the music of this area too just kind of gives this whole place like the vibe of kind of like low energy, but like it's just I don't know how you describe it, like just abandoned vibes too. Just it's like nothing's here. You want to? What am I doing? What are you doing, Jack? Go, Jack. What are you doing? Or maybe it was just Colette being like, "Oh, do I want to go through here?" Uh oh, janitors and plumbers amongst them. Uh oh. What problem is up with you? Quietly screams. This is this would definitely be an uncomfortable situation. Just a bunch of people that act and look like doctors, but probably aren't or have a different way of doing things. Definitely be terrifying. Clue. A plumder. Plumder. I like that word. Plumder. Clog clues. Yeah, I think as silly as these entities sound, the idea of them is definitely creepy. Like they're only just confined into this building. It's oh die oh no I like that. But yeah, the idea of them is definitely creepy, as silly as they sound. Same. Sick taste. A gurney. Sickness. Cure. I love it when the janitors cure my sickness. Oh, that's... Basketball tea party. I cannot imagine. I can't even begin to imagine what that sounds like. Oh. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I should. A really cool thing about friend shapes, especially in this area. Okay, I'll probably describe it after this encounter. This is our first encounter, with an enemy or, a shape, but a shape that will hurt us. I, the more I play this game, the more like the idea of this, like, this is something that exists, but it doesn't exist. But it exists because there's things around it. But if there was nothing around it, it wouldn't exist. It's it's really interesting to think about if you just think about this. Especially like reading the dialogue for this, you can't see it. I mean, it exists. I mean, he's right. They're right. You can't see it. You can only see it because there's things there. You can see the lack of something. It's crazy. Your voice doesn't echo back. Then where does it go? Where does this go? This is just uh, like it's a simple design, but like the idea of it just like really just makes you think. A conceptual parasite. Now we're insecure. I've had enough of parasites these past few weeks. What am I gonna do now? Okay, what am I thinking here? I must be describing something saying like, oh, I have an effect. Yeah, you can get effects in this game. So, first attempts, especially your first time, your beginning playthrough of a digression, can be a lot tough because you might not have all items to deal with, like status debuffs and items to heal yourself. So it's the game I feel like is designed like your first time you go through here, if you're not prepared, you probably will fail. But then you've encountered enough things where you can get credit and get items to like make yourself stronger or just have more heals. Yeah, that's the whole thing that you need to keep moving. So like the more items you have, the more likely you're gonna succeed because you can recover more. Now, now I wonder if I see it because this might be a good transition back to what I was talking about before. You can barely see it. I mean, you'd have to know what you look for, but oh yeah, you can probably see it now. The cool thing about friend shapes and the digressions, especially the annex, the annex, not the annex. I think the annex definitely has the best sanity effects because if your sanity's low, you see other things, like you see like weird silhouettes, and the lower it is, the more visible those shadows are. In my opinion, this place definitely has the best low sanity effects. I will stand by that. The other couple are, the other couple are good too. Don't get me wrong, but like they're just done really well here. So there's things you can do. Like if you're curious to see all of them, you can you can like just go in here with low sanity and just see them. It's hard to do because they get your sanity that low. To be honest, it's tough right away. I only had the advantage to see all of them because when I was when I was helping out with this game, just testing it, I got the opportunity to see like a lot of these low sanity effects, and they're good. They're just a word of caution though. If you're trying to see all this stuff at low sanity, when you go to text events, I'd say I think you're fine if you do it, and I think you're fine to have lower. I'd say like have a 10 minimum, have a 10 minimum, yeah, 10 minimum when you go to text events because you can lose sanity in these text events. I think if I remember this right, I think the ones the ones in the backwoods can really be mean, but I don't think the ones in the annex and the secure contained play are as mean, where you can lose up to 10, but I'd say a good place to always have your sanity if you're trying to do low sanities is 10. What is this? Cistern chatters. No, that doesn't sound good. Uh-oh. A tile fall. A patch of wall where it fell on us. Oh, that. See, just stuff like this is just so creepy, but it's so good. And the cool thing is, I'm just gonna say it now. This playthrough, you have not seen everything. There's so much you haven't seen if you're just watching the videos. Oh, I'm probably deciding what to do here. I mean, I do the same. I wouldn't want to go through this, but there's a lot to this game that you haven't that I didn't get to show. So there's just a good amount of stuff to see, and it's nice. I definitely recommend being able to see at least finding all the shapes. There's like you don't get there's like no like shape. There's like no like special thing for finding all shape. I think it's just cool because they're all cool. Just get more ideas of all the shapes, and there's some really good ones. Surge, Gary, Surge Gary. Draws the wires. That's that's kind of creepy to think about. There's no like nothing special happens if you have a low HP either. Low focus isn't the biggest deal, but if you load into a new area with like zero focus, you get kind of like a creepy, and it's only I find it a little creepy, but like you just become lost in this place kind of like forever. It's just like wandering aimlessly through this, which in its own is just just I wouldn't want to be lost in here forever. I know I mentioned this in my last video of this series, I'm pretty sure, but the game can have some interesting game over dialogue too. Obviously, like it's only if you're crazy enough to want to see it all. But I'm always been a big fan of the flavor text and just stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, what's happening here? Oh, the pulsating carpet. Yeah, only in friend shapes. Always gotta see the creepy things. God, I'm so thirsty. That's good. Hope is more or less dashed when you encounter the boneless massive stomach. Oh, that escalating nonsense. Another infinite bathroom corridor. That here, pipes bend and tiles click as the hidden walls pulse. Hmm. Oh yeah, cloth rags, tree limbs, they're pretty much your best friends. They're a really good item. You see a river duck on the shell, it turns towards you, causing you to pause. Duck friend? Takes a movement reflected in the duck's beady eyes to see that it's not in fact staring at you, but it's something just behind you. There's a strange sound of muffled static and distinct titter as you turn. Oh, I kind of freaked out a little bit when first playing this because this was the first time ever I ran into this shape naturally. Now, there's something else I wanted to mention too. The thing on the right where it says drain, there's your HP, sanity, and focus. That's what you're gonna be losing passively for each turn. But certain act like if this doesn't happen, but say if I observed, I could lose like the response to that could be a thing where I could lose like additional 3 sanity and then get the passive 1. So each interaction you do with a shape could have different effects as well. So if you think like, oh, I have 2 sanity left, I can afford to do one more before healing. Don't get too confident about that because you may just realize that that choice you did could cost you like 5 sanity and then you're just insano mode. This is a good song. I like this. I like the sound, but I'm not gonna say anything yet. But this is. I think this is a very interesting encounter. That name, though, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't even be able to know how to pronounce that. I wonder what its pronunciation is. But you're probably thinking just like, oh, it's just 1 sanity and 1 focus. It's probably the easiest shape in the game. What is the easiest shape in the game? Hmm. High five because he's cool. Easiest enemy shape. I'm honestly not sure. I think they all have their own challenges. Gargles and moans. That's not good. Oh, I didn't realize this song had. I guess I didn't realize it had 2 different versions, but yeah. The let's just say the collective is. Usually, I'd say a lot of the shapes you encounter are, even though they're damaging you, they're. Well, I guess not all of them, but the collective is definitely shape-wise one of the worst to run into, just because they're awful. That like personality-wise, everything else about them is great, but like just them themselves, they're nasty. Because they're pretty much just I think they're either draining the thing of their memories or just like forcing them to watch it and just watching their reaction. It's a pretty terrible fate. I wonder what happens if you get a game over with the collect. Oh, I won't even want to imagine. I couldn't think of. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want Clyde to deal with. I wouldn't want Clyde to suffer. That's probably nothing good though. This is one of the encounters that kind of confuses me into way like I don't know what the best move is because you have an option to like interact with both one or the other. So I was never exactly sure like which one is usually the best to go with. I think I just interacted with the collective the whole time. I don't know if there's any merit to interact with other little shape for any longer. But as you can see, though, they're tough to deal with. They aren't an easy encounter, and that's why it's important to have items. Oh wow. What am I thinking to do here? I wonder if that noise in the background, like with the music, is meant to be their laughter. Maybe that's gotta be it, huh? Yeah, lore-wise, these guys aren't good. I can still hear their laughter too. They're creepy. But yeah, they got some pretty good items, huh? Oh, the friend room. Uh, despite what the sign says on the door, there is no friend in there. I mean, it is called the friend room though. But unless you really want to meet your friend, I'd advise. It might not be the greatest idea to open the open the door. But I'm like, well, what if I don't know. There could be a real Glad just like, what are you thinking? Just, Glad just looking into your soul. Actually did. I like how the other option is do not. But let's just say, even being the most cautious, it's those bind. Let's just say those bindings won't always last forever. Mm, but now we're approaching the end of the first digression. Like I said in the beginning, the NX be can be really kind, or I've had instances where it can be really mean to you. Like I've had 4 encounters in here once. It was it was tough. A lot of the shape in here are pretty neat. But now, what happens when you reach the end of a digression? Well, we're going to be finding out after this last text event. And what do we see here? And if their eyes were vertically stacked on their otherwise like featureless face, also they also looked like a blue hair highlight. My lamentation for all the past presents. Now when you see this area, that music's changed. It just makes you wonder, like, oh, what's happening in here? What? No time to appreciate the sides? Do I just seriously just walk towards it? I don't look at anything. Come on, pass Jack. Check some stuff out. Yeah, if you get close to them, you can like see other things. It look. It's like you're on the other side of a mirror. It's pretty cool. The bathroom walls remind me of my summer job. There is no reflection. But there is a reflection. You. What is it? So at the end of each digression, you will encounter a boss shape. And this one so happens to be reflection of you. Now, one thing I forgot to mention that I should have is when you're doing encounters, it's probably not the wisest thing to do to randomly just try stuff. I mean, you kind of have to at first, but like, pay attention to the blue text because sometimes they can give you very helpful hints on what you should be doing. An interaction you should, because there's gonna be opportunities where the shape is doing something, and you can do, if you do the right interaction, you can get it. You can, if you do a certain interaction, you can like get some more stuff will happen, good stuff. I guess I wouldn't say like good. I just want to say like more text and just it's like you're just making progress, which is always good. So if you're ever feeling like you're encountering a shape and you're unsure exactly what to do, just pay attention to the blue text. Because sometimes it can be a guide to like it can be useful to figure out like what you can probably do because sometimes like you can get some good reactions from the shape as well. Oh, I should mention too, the things on the left where your HP and sanity are, those are your progress bars on how much progress left you have to do for an encounter. But our our Glad reflection changed, and now Glad is stupid. It's not you. Then who is it? I think I was looking to see if I had anything that cures stupid. I had a Neop, but Neops are pain, I guess, too. Neops are pretty rare, so I use them sparingly. Well, they're probably the item of the game that's just too good to use syndrome. Man, our shadow's not looking good. Not shadow reflection. I know at one point during this encounter, I made a huge realization that I never realized of all the times I've done this before. And I made a huge realization, and I was just my mind was blown. But our reflection's not looking too good. Wonder what this could mean. Probably thinking, like, I can afford to do one more thing. It feels lukewarm hooked fabric. And sometimes certain oh, the actual eyes are pretty creepy. Huh. And sometimes certain things you can do can also heal you up a bit. So I think it's most prevalent in this fight, but it might be fight encounter. There's no shapes you really fight in this game. It's no Glad's not some action RPG superhero, which I think is cool because like most RPG type of games is like you're fighting using weapons, fists, all that cool stuff. But like this one, it's just more like you're interacting with the shape and just you can observe them, gesture, speak, touch. It's just like it's a different type of style, and I think it's like I said before, I think it's pretty unique, and I like it. TV dinners are like probably one of the best items in the game. If they wanted, if they ever wanted to debuff more, just get rid of the upstraining debuff. But honestly, it's not even the worst thing to deal with. You're not, and soon you will be too. It's this. I think that encounter is really interesting. You just I feel like it's an encounter you'll appreciate more. A weakness embrace. And then after you complete a digression, your health and sanity increases by 5. I don't know if it's me or not, but there's something I just find calming about black and white tiles. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. If anyone else is watching at this point, but if you are, I hope this playthrough is getting you a little curious about the game. It shit, I forgot what I was gonna say, but and once you complete a digression, things get even crazier. The sky's all red and black. It still has me confused exactly why this is happening, but it cause and effect here. We completed the digression and this happened. I don't know exactly where I'll end this video. I'll probably end it at the save point, but I'll just say this for now. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if this video's got you a little bit interested in this game, I definitely think it's worth checking out. It's free. It's a free demo, and I think it's pretty fun. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say too. I made this a video an hour long, just to as a good intro to the game. I figured showing one full playthrough of a digression and everything could be a good way to get you hooked, hopefully. So, yeah, definitely. If you're definitely interested, definitely give this game a try. I think it's really fun. And this has been the best Jack 99, and I'll see you guys in the next video whenever Past Jack decides to end the video. So I'm sure I'm saying something similar as to what I'm saying now, but next videos you see the I won't be post commenting anymore because I didn't flub up anymore. I didn't mute my mic, so yeah. As I'm recording this, I've played through all the other digressions and they were great. So yeah. So see you back in the next video where I'll be in the past. And I'm still going on, huh? I probably had a lot to say. I was saying, oh, what's behind that gate? I still wonder what's behind that gate. I'll probably end it here. See you guys.